It's decided, I'm back! No more cold, no more headaches, and no more woman, so it's time to take it all back with another review. This time, we're going over a tried and true CYMA AK. Welcome to USAirsoft, I'm Scott Slade Holmbeck, and today we'll take it all back to the good old days with this CM040B. CYMA's always been that company that you just can't go wrong with, no matter if you're a rough beginner or an ungrateful rich kid who never takes care of his hardware. A CYMA should be the one that lasts you, but if you're looking to get one for yourself, then you can find this CM040B for $170 on AirsoftStation.com. But before you go spending blindly, let's begin this review right where it always should begin. The unboxing. For the box, we have a bland cardboard box with a sticker on the top. However, this is a very beefy cardboard box and should be able to take the beatings of shipping and storage. The sticker on top also shares that this is the hop-up version, which is a tad funny as I've never heard of a non-hop-up version of this gun. So there's no need to really advertise this on the box. After taking off the lid, you'll see this 1/4 inch sheet of styrofoam which covers the internals of the package. Peel this away and you'll see all the goodies, which include a decent sized manual that is filled with half English and half Chinese paragraphs, with many diagrams including a takedown guide for disassembly and maintenance. It also comes with an actual user's agreement sheet that I really doubt anyone took seriously. A wall charger that you should never ever use and just throw out instead of ever trusting also sits inside, and a 500 round AK high cap. You'll also be getting this small bag of BBs that you should also throw out, and this decent 8.4 volt stick type battery. I would recommend that you get more of these, preferably 9.6 volts, so you don't have your skirmish days ruined by a dead battery. And then finally you'll have the CM040B with some gel packets underneath it. Now let's pull the box off the table and set the gun down to go over its features and faults, since I'm sure you're not just here for an unboxing. Alright, so laying this roughly 6-pound rifle down, we can hit all the points on this piece and see if they're all built to our high standards. From the tip of the barrel, we have a plastic orange tip encompassing a metal 74U style flash hider. However, unlike the 74U, this AK-105 replica has its release pin on the flash hider on the right side instead of in line with the front sight. This should only be a minor change if you wish to remove the flash hider for a suppressor, but be warned, CYMA does use a bit of glue. And I mean, they go overboard with it on the threads. So it will take quite a bit of work for you to get to your 14mm CC threads. Next, you'll also find that your outer barrel, front sight, gas tube, and cleaning rod are also made from metal, and should be able to take quite a bit of wear and tear, and possibly a drop or two. So basically, don't even worry about this front end because it shouldn't fail on you. Two cool features, however, that this front portion has to offer would be the mock cleaning rod that I wouldn't ever advise you using on this piece, as it's just for looks. What I find neat about it is it's much longer than it even needs to be for this airsoft piece. This is pretty cool as it adds detail, but it's annoying to put back in sometimes. You won't be messing with this very much anyway, but once you take it out, it could either go in immediately or drive you mad trying to put it back in. The other cool feature that I find about this piece is that you can remove the gas tube like the real AK by flipping this lever upward and pulling the gas tube the same direction. This serves no purpose on this rifle besides adding realism, and that's why I like CYMA. They took the time to add it in anyway. Next up, let's talk about the sights that you could bypass altogether with the scope mount slot on the left side of the body. But if you're looking to do things raw, then you have the basic AK sights to take advantage of. However, you will notice that the rear sight bears neatly painted characters to indicate the range that you'll probably never realistically use. Then to wrap up the front portion, you'll have a polymer handguard with no rails on the outside. It's basic, it's sturdy, and free of wobble, and itself features your reliable metal front sling point. Rolling on back to the very end of the CYMA, you'll have a metal side folding stock with the rear sling point attached to its right side. This point is also reliable and can take the full weight of this rifle, but I really would recommend that you wrap this sling point with some tape or anything to silence its infamous CYMA ping. If a single missed shot can give away your position on the field, then this bothersome cowbell will for sure give enemies the heads up. When it comes to strength of the stock, you won't need to worry about it being weak at any point, as the stock is capable of holding its own, either when you just need to put the rifle to the side to do other things, or when it comes to folding the stock and storing it away. To fold the stock, you'll simply need to push this button in and fold the stock over until it clamps in on this small hook. To unfold the stock, you'll just need to pull the hook back from where it grabs onto the stock, and you'll be able to swing it back out. You can do this all day and night without having to worry about damaging this ability, since all the parts that make up this feature are all metal and built tough, including the hinges that the stock swing out on. Folding the stock will also cut down the length of the rifle from its 33.5 inch length to 24 inches, making this piece much easier to store, especially when traveling from arenas and fields. Now let's go over the full metal receiver area. This may be a bit overdone as the AK platform is one of the most well-known setups, so I'll just try to skim by this bit of the video quickly to ease the pain. This CYMA CM040B features the common AK selector switch featuring safe, full auto in the middle, and semi at the bottom position of the selector switch. The CYMA gearbox can handle itself well to the fire rate that this piece can put out with an 8.4 or a 9.6 battery, so you don't have to worry about putting any pressure on this piece. However, you may get unlucky like I did when I got my CYMA AK-74 and blow a fuse in a really heavy game. Don't let this scare you though, as this can be fixed easily, but if you're not very tech savvy, then be sure to find a local tech near you to help you out. Talking about the battery and fuse, you can access the area that they reside in by removing the metal dust cover. From here you can add your battery that will rest on top of the gearbox housing. I really like that the battery sits on top, as you can add just about any battery length as you wish to. This is the same on my ICS Galeals, but CYMA does not follow this path very often, especially if the replica in question has a full stock. This is very annoying as you'll need to remove 2 screws normally to get to your connections. For any Airsoft company representatives watching this video, do this and not this. Your fans will appreciate it. One thing that really did bug me though about hooking up the battery was the fuse placement. It took me about 5 minutes of struggling to put the dust cover back on just to find out that the fuse was in the way. The way to get around this problem I found was to tuck the fuse in between the left side of the body and the hop-up. Then your dust cover should be able to close properly. Then the last feature hidden in this area would be your hop-up adjuster. The slider-based hop-up can be revealed by pulling back on the charging handle, but be warned that the same charging handle can alter your adjustments as you let it go. I found this to be true on a lot of CYMAs because the back of the charging handle rubs against the adjuster. It kinda sucks to take the time to adjust your hop just to end up shooting straight to the dirt once the game starts. So just be cautious when releasing the charging handle after your adjustments. Then the last body features would be of course the normal paddle style AK magazine release and a slightly rubberized textured pistol grip. Barehanded, your hands shouldn't hurt after using this grip extensively, but I tend to use gloves anyway when I game, so I'd assume that you do as well. But if not, you'll still be fine with this grip. When it came to chrono, this CYMA received a high of 442 and a low of 410 feet per second with a 0.2 gram BB, and with this FPS I would be able to reach out to 200 feet with a 0.28 gram BB. With this high FPS and range, this would be for sure a field gun that many would hate to get hit by, so be sure to keep in mind your engagement distances if there are any in play. But with the chrono wrapped up, let's get a good look at this 40B shooting before we wrap up this review. And with me running out of fresh magazines, it looks like we've come to the end of this review. But would I still recommend this piece? Well, that's a bit of a dumb question because of course I do. CYMA has always made some of the best AEGs for the price, especially their AKs. And most likely, you've seen many of these AKs at your local field and arena. The packaging is great and secure, the build quality is good, the gearbox is famous with tecs, and the CYMA catalog covers just about every AK. Don't like the AK-105 look? Well, how about an AK-74 or a PP-19 or even an RPK? CYMA makes them all, it seems. So I'd have to say for $170, I would recommend this to any player looking to get into the game with an AK setup. But I guess the real question is, do you think the same, or do you have another AK in mind for that price? Leave your comments down below and maybe your experience with CYMA guns as well. And be sure to follow the links in the description if you're looking to get this AK for yourself. But like always everyone, like I say in every video, until that next video drops, I'll be sure to see you all next time to wreck your week and to serve you the best. See ya.